A 24-year-old woman found dead in her apartment building. Not in her room. Not in the hallway. But in the trash chute of a luxury tower in Melbourne. The door to the chute? Too small to fall through accidentally. And yet, that's what investigators claimed. Was it a freak accident or something darker? December 2, 2010. Melbourne, Australia. The luxury Balenciaga apartment stood tall over the city's skyline. At 12:03 a.m., a security camera captured Phoebe Handsjuk entering the building's lobby, barefoot and appearing dazed. By 7 p.m., she was dead, found in the garbage room on the ground floor. Her body had fallen 40 meters, 130 feet, down the trash chute from the 12th floor. Her jeans were around her knees. One foot was severed. How does someone end up in a chute barely 22 centimeters wide? And more importantly, why? Phoebe was vibrant, artistic, and complex. She had a deep love for animals, a passion for writing, and a circle of devoted friends. But she also battled depression and alcohol misuse. She had recently moved into the Balenciaga apartments with her 40-year-old boyfriend, Anthony Hampel, a wealthy and connected events promoter. Phoebe was 24. He was twice her age. Their relationship was volatile. Friends said she wanted to leave him. But she was also trying to rebuild her life. She was seeing a therapist. She had enrolled in a creative writing course. Things seemed to be getting better. Until they weren't. On the day she died, Phoebe was in the apartment alone. Security logs showed no one else entering or leaving their 12th floor unit. Anthony claimed he got home around 6 p.m. He said the apartment was empty except for a smashed wine glass on the counter. And Phoebe's phone, left behind. Security footage shows no one else on their floor in that time frame. So if Anthony was telling the truth, was Phoebe alone when she died? Or was someone already there? At 7 p.m., a maintenance worker entered the garbage room. He found shattered glass, blood, and a young woman's body. The police were called. But from the beginning, the response was strangely casual. They didn't cordon off the apartment as a crime scene. They didn't check for fingerprints on the trash chute door. They allowed Anthony to continue living there. And then came the shocker. The case was not treated as suspicious. The trash chute in question was 22 centimeters, 9 inches wide. Located behind a heavy metal door. Positioned about 1 meter off the floor. Forensic tests showed that for Phoebe to enter the chute, she would have had to climb onto a bench or railing. Open the chute door herself. Deliberately insert her legs, then torso. Her pants were found pulled halfway down, suggesting difficulty or interference. Experts tried recreating the entry. It was physically possible, but incredibly difficult even for a trained cont. The initial police conclusion? Accidental death. They believed Phoebe, drunk and disoriented, somehow climbed into the chute herself. Fell headfirst. Plummeted 130 feet. Survived the fall, then bled to death in the garbage room. Her blood alcohol was high, 0.16, over 3 times the legal limit. She also had traces of sleeping pills in her system. But her injuries didn't fully match a clean fall. And most damning of all? The foot was severed, not crushed. Suggesting sharp force trauma, not blunt impact. Anthony Hampel claimed he had nothing to do with it. He said he got home and just assumed Phoebe had gone out. He ordered Thai food. Watched TV. And didn't question the smashed glass or her missing phone. He didn't call anyone until police knocked on his door hours later. Anthony's father was a former Supreme Court judge. His stepmother? A well-known psychiatrist. Some believe those connections helped the case go quiet. But Phoebe's family wasn't letting it go. In 2013, after intense public pressure, an inquest was held. It lasted 2 weeks. Here's what came out: Phoebe had searched how to commit suicide. Weeks earlier, she had previously self-harmed. But she had also made plans for the future, including meeting friends that weekend. No fingerprints were found on the trash chute door. No bruising on her arms or shoulders, which would be expected if she pushed herself in. The coroner's conclusion? Death was misadventure. Phoebe climbed in herself while intoxicated. No charges. No further investigation. Case closed. But the inquest left more questions than answers. Why was there no trace of her DNA inside the chute? Why were Anthony's emails deleted from his computer the same night? Why wasn't foul play even considered? How could she physically fit herself into that opening? If she survived the fall for minutes, why didn't anyone hear her? Phoebe's family believes someone either forced her into the chute, or she was already unconscious or dead when placed there. They believe the entire investigation was rushed and botched. And they're not alone. Former homicide detectives, forensic pathologists, and even chute manufacturers have weighed in their opinions. It is extremely unlikely she went involuntarily. Several said the chute wasn't designed for a body to fit, and that the nature of her injuries suggested positioning, not a simple fall. Others pointed to the timing, how quickly Anthony was ruled out, and how unusual it would be for someone to use such a brutal, mechanical method to take their own life. Phoebe's grandfather, Len, was a retired detective. He launched his own investigation. He found inconsistencies, missed steps, and what he called a deliberate lack of curiosity. He lobbied for independent reviews, international experts, and media X. Her mother Natalie still speaks publicly. Phoebe didn't choose this. Someone knows what happened. Over the years, Phoebe's story has gained traction online. Podcasts, documentaries, Reddit threads.